Start off by you saying just your name and what this beautiful piece of land is.
Hi, I'm Zena.
I'm Basil.
So where are we?
We're in Watsonville and on the old Adobe Road. And we are in a piece of land that has been gone from one generation and ethnic group to another, just through how life is. So at one point it was the Native Americans, and it was the Mexico, and then and the Castro family, and then it moved to other families, and then at some point it we became the custodian of it. So we like to think of this more as us being a custodian of the land versus owners of the land, knowing that at some point it's going to move on to somewhere else. And as part of that, we've been also celebrating kind of the various cultures that have inhabited this land. And the current one is Syrian and Palestinian culture, who are the custodians. And we felt that it was really important to share that with others in the community.
So do you feel connected in any way to either one of you, to like the struggle that these people are, that the Tierras Millperas are undertaking right now?
Yeah, for sure. Like my dad said, I think the importance of this is really preserving it. More often than not, land is wrongfully taken away from its previous owner. We see that struggle in Palestine. We've seen it for over 70 years with the Palestinian occupation, well, the Israeli occupation of Palestine, and what has surmounted to a genocide over fundamentally what is land, what is olive, like what is very ripe and fertile olive land, and Jaffa oranges. We also have seen that in Syria and across the Middle East as a whole. And hearing these stories and hearing everyone's experience and how that same struggle is seen halfway across the world in these different countries, in Mexico, in Uruguay, just like really points to how this is a shared struggle, and our role is to help ensure, like every single one of our roles, like one of us has a role to help ensure that this stops happening sooner rather than later, and we are able to preserve land's rightful owners and heritages and cultures, and be able to carry that down, because it is a privilege to be on this land and any land, and that privilege needs to be respected.
So, but you wouldn't let, let's say, Del Monte come and start working the land here.
I think we came across, like Zena said, we came across Tierra Millperas when they were struggling with one of their community farms, and it was serendipity. We had just became the custodian of this land, and came across them. Again, just serendipity. I was describing what we'd like to do, and they described. Actually, first they described their struggle, which I thought it was really interesting. As they were describing their struggle, started matching to what our vision is and what we want to do, and that was kind of a start of a relationship where we started discussing what is it that they want to do, what's the objective of Tierra Millperas, and as well as the indigenous and the farm workers, and how they're trying to help them get reconnected to the land, not through big agriculture, but actually through organic means and other means. So as a result, we started the collaboration, and here we are with, 30 cars and some 40, 50 people, and we're all sharing a Sunday afternoon.
Basically, you offered. Can you talk about that? Like you offered them to the land for their assemblies. Is that how?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we've done is which I don't think it's really I don't think it's a transactional relationship. So it isn't like we're offering you this, they offer us. I think it's really more. I see it as a collaboration. Yesterday, some folks from Tierra Millperas were here helping us burn, because we're in burn season now. So we're burning some of the stuff that organic stuff that we have cut. There are times when I've been there also, and we've helped them prune trees. So, and then there are times when they come and say we want to have an assembly. So I think the idea is that it's a loosely coupled relationship where we're collaborating, as long as we're all working towards kind of a positive thing for the community.
So what's going on here today?
You want to describe it?
Yeah, so we are very fortunate to have someone translating, but it essentially is a conversation with a journalist in Uruguay who's talking about his experience. He published a book on social movements and the organization and the assemblies here, discussing what their journey has been like, what their experience has been, both coming from Mexico, from different countries to California. And I think something that really resonated with me that I personally have also seen in the Middle East is someone said, or the journalist said, a lot of people did not even want to come here. It's fundamentally out of necessity and out of having nowhere else to go. And not to speak to American politics, but I think that is something that is often overlooked, that a lot of people just have no other option and would love to be in their homeland, would love to continue passing down their traditions and preserving their culture, and are here because they have to be here. And so we have to create community spaces and partnerships to help preserve those cultures and those communities, and that's a responsibility we have, and we're happy to have this assembly here.
Awesome. Is there anything else?